What is up, my bookish besties? Welcome back to our channel. So judging by the title, y'all already know we are about to dive deep into some books that are coming out probably within like the next 3 months. I don't do this a lot, but I think I want to start. So these books are either out now or coming out within the next couple of months, and I'm really excited about it. Two things that I want to talk about before we get into the video. Yes, this is my dog right here. I'm not sure how much of him you guys can see, but that's my dog Benji. He's chilling on the futon because he is a king and I am a peasant, which is why I'm on the floor. And yes, this is a Freddy Krueger sweatshirt. I was Freddy Krueger as well as my man. We were both Freddy Krueger last year. He was the man version, of course. I was the female version, and we were cute. I'll put a picture somewhere, but yeah, this I got from Spirit. Halloween. So baby, once Halloween season comes, I definitely start wearing my Freddy Krueger sweatshirt, okay? Anyway, let's get into the books. Y'all know I am a note taker, so I do have all of my books on a sheet of paper right here. Well, actually, it's multiple sheets of paper. I put details, release dates, and a picture of the book so I know what I'm talking about, so that y'all can know what y'all are talking about. I don't have any of these books, so of course, like I always do, I'm going to edit for y'all, and I'm going to make sure there's a picture of the book somewhere on the screen. I might want to scoot a little more this way so I can put the picture over here, but let's just get into it. I tried to put the books in order, but they may not be in order, so I'll just tell y'all what the release date is. But like I said, these are thriller and horror releases for the next 3 months. I do have like some YA, which I will make sure I know when I'm talking about it. So let's just get into it. So the first book I'm actually really excited about because my book club actually voted for that for our November read. It is Somewhere in the Attic by Andrea Mara. This book actually was released on August 20th, 2024. So it is out. It's only out in hardcover, which y'all know I'm kind of iffy about, and it's $25. So I may not get that. I may just get it on my Kindle. I actually already have it on my Kindle. My nose ring, y'all, I'm sorry. I already have it on my Kindle, so I may just read it on my Kindle and not worry about getting the book. But basically, it is called Someone in the Attic by Andrea Mara. It says, you thought you were alone. Anya is enjoying a relaxing bath when she hears a noise coming from the ceiling. Through the open bathroom door, she sees the attic hatch swing down. A masked figure drops to the floor. 30 seconds later, she's dead. What? But also, y'all, while all of this going on, her friend across town is like online or whatever, and there's a live video going on, and she's like, that look like Anya's house. That's Anya's house. So basically, all this was like on live on the internet for others to see, and her friend saw it. It says it was filmed inside her own house, a luxury gated community designed to keep intruders out. And now your worst fears are coming true. Why would a stranger target Julia unless, of course, it's not a stranger at all? So yeah, it says across town, Anya's old school friend Julia sees an online video of a masked figure climbing out of an attic. Suddenly, she realizes why the footage is eerily familiar. It was filmed inside her house in a gated community designed to keep intruders out. And now your worst fears are coming true. So that looks and sounds really good. It's already out. If you want to read that, but you want to wait and read it with my book club, we are reading it in November. And I'm excited about it because that sounds really creepy. So that's the first book. The next book is called Model Home by River Solomon. This is an African-American author. This book comes out on October 1st. It says, welcome to River Solomon's dark and wondrous model home, a new kind of haunted house novel. So I do like haunted house books. I haven't read many, but I have some on my shelves, and I am interested in some. And this one sounds really, really good. And as y'all can see by the cover, it's giving. I love like that loud, crazy, eerie green. And it says, the three Maxwell siblings keep their distance from the lily white gated enclave outside Dallas where they grew up. When their families moved there, they were the only blacks in the neighborhood. The neighbors acted nice enough, but right away bad things, scary things, and strange things are unexplainable. And the unexplainable began to happen in the house. Maybe it was some cosmic trial, a demonic rite of passage in the upper middle class. Whatever it was, the Maxwells, steered by their formidable mother, stayed put, unwilling to abandon their home. Terror and trauma be damned. As adults, the siblings could finally get away from the house, leaving their parents alone. But then their parents died, and Ezra is forced to return to Texas with her sisters Eve and Emanuela to reckon their family's past and present. So basically, it was a creepy, eerie house. They grew up there. As soon as they was able to get away, they was like, we gone. But then their parents died, so they had to go back to, y'all know how it go, clean ups, do funeral arrangements, things like that. But when they got there, I guess eerie stuff starts popping off again, and they're trying to figure it out. It said River of Solomon turns the haunted house story on its head, unearthing the dark legacies of segregation and racism in the suburban American South. So super excited to read that, and that one comes out October 1st. I'm not going to try to do too many more examples because I got a lot of books that I want to cover, and I don't want this video to be deathly long, okay? So the next book is The Bad Neighbor by Jennifer Rush. This also comes out October 1st. It says, for newcomers Chris and Zoe Hamilton, the affluent community seems like the perfect location to build a life together. Instead, history repeats itself when Zoe vanishes without a trace, just like the previous owner 5 years ago. Enter FBI Special Agent Victoria Helson, known for her relentless pursuit of the truth. Her investigation uncovers a history of lies. The more Victoria digs, the clearer it becomes. The secrets in Mountain Meadows run deep, and the greatest threats aren't lurking in the shadows. They're hosting dinner parties, attending parent-teacher conferences, going to yoga, and waving. One of these polite, smiling individuals will stop at nothing to keep the past buried. So basically, they move there. They're having a good time. It's lit. She disappears. The same thing happened 5 years ago. So this FBI agent going to come in and try to figure out what's going on. And she's not going to stop poking. And y'all know I love a good FBI agent. I love a good FBI agent. So super excited about that by Jennifer Rush. A lot of these authors I have never heard of. I've never seen these books. I've never read from these authors. So I'm super excited to like expand my little palette and dive into more thriller authors. So all of these I don't think I know anything about, which is super exciting. The next book is The Other Couple by Trinoa Walsh. It is coming out October 28th, so a little ways away. It says it's supposed to be the perfect weekend, just you and me and my chance at revenge until they arrive. It says the fire crackles gently at the grate as my partner Finn fills my glass with the red wine. Looking into his sparkling blue eyes, I feel a tug on my heart. Finn is my boss, and we all know how that goes. And no one can know how hard we've fallen for each other. We thought this lighthouse keeper's cottage on Wild Irish Coast would be the perfect getaway. Secret. Then there's a knock at the door. A rain-soaked couple tells us that they booked the house for the weekend too. I look for Finn. He steps aside and let them in. I stiffen. This trip isn't just a chance for Finn and me to fall deeper in love. Nobody can know the real reason we're here. My life hanging by a thread. I had no choice but to welcome the couple in with arms open, offer them a drink, and tell them we'll have this all sorted out by the morning. Finn doesn't know the real me, but it seems I don't know him either. The other couple is here for a reason, and one of us won't be leaving this place alive. So that's The Other Couple. I don't even know, like, what? So he don't know you, you don't know him. Y'all in this cottage, and another couple show up, and somebody ain't leaving? Okay. October 28th. This next book is actually out before that one. Like I said, I was going to try to put them in order, but then I just started adding them. And it is The Last One at the Wedding by Jason Rucola. It comes out October 8th. I have seen this book everywhere, all over social media. And basically, it's about a man who has not talked to his daughter. They're estranged. His daughter calls him and is like, yeah, will you come to this wedding with me? He does. And it says, he arrives to find the wedding is at a private estate, very secluded, very luxurious, very much out of his league. It seems that Maggie failed to mention that she's marrying Aiden Gardner, the son of a famous tech billionaire. Feeling desperately out of place, Frank focused on reconnecting with Maggie and getting to know her new family, but it's difficult. Aiden is withdrawn and evasive. Maggie doesn't seem to have time for him, and he finds that the locals are disturbingly hostile. Frank needs to know more about this family that his daughter is marrying. So his daughter is getting married. They're estranged. His daughter is getting married. She invite him, and then all hell finna break loose. But y'all know I love a forced proximity, hotel, secluded, luxury type of situation. I love it. And y'all excuse me, I gave my dog a bath, and I guess his hair is like lingering on me, and it's irritating. All right, so the next book is already out. It came out September 17th. It's called The Butcher Game. And y'all, I'm excited about this one because this is about a serial killer. Cover eats. I love that pop of red. And it says, destruction follows the ruthless serial killer Jeremy Rose. The Bayou Butcher, which also sounds good because y'all know I'm from Louisiana, so anything Bayou, I love. It says the Bayou Butcher, as he heads north to evade capture for his horrific crimes, as he seeks safe harbor with the former friend, he remains focused on unfinished business with forensic psychopath Dr. Ren Muller. Actually, y'all, this has, I'm going to skip this book because when I found this book, I didn't know that it was a part of a series. So I'm going to put the series on the screen. But basically, this is a serial killer. This is book 2 that came out. But there's already a book 1. And I think it's called Ren and the Butcher. So basically, this is an ongoing series. So I'm excited to read this. But I'm going to, I guess I'll still mention it. The Ren and the Butcher, and then the Butcher Game. So it's basically about a serial killer who obviously is killing people. I'm assuming that this pathologist, Dr. Ren Muller, did something in book 1, or she was able to get away from him, I want to say multiple times in book 1. So now he's pissed. He's still after her. So book 2, as he's trying to run and hide from his horrific crimes, he's still mad at her because she has managed to get away hella times. So I guess he wants to kill her. So yeah, that's book 2. It came out September 17th. So definitely interested in getting book 1 and reading that, which I probably will. But if you have read book 1, Ren and the Butcher, book 2 is out, and that sounds really interesting as well. The next book that I want to read is, or that I'm interested in, that sounds really good, is Dearest by Jackie Walters. This came out September 17th, and it says Flora is a new mom, enamored of her baby girl Iris, who has arrived a few weeks early, but with her husband still deployed, Flora must navigate the newborn stage alone. As the sleepless nights pass, in the loneliness of their half-empty home, the edges of her reality begin to blur. Just as Flora becomes convinced she is losing her mind, a surprising guest shows up to help. Flora's own mother, to whom she hasn't spoken to in years. Can they mend their relationship? As stranger and scarier events unfold, Flora begins to fear that her mother's secrets have allowed something truly evil to enter her home. So that sounds really good. And cover East. This is one of the best covers I've seen, like in the next couple months. I think it looks so cool. So yeah, we just gonna go with Flora to see what is up with her mom. Like, is her mom like a demon? Has she bought some type of possessed thing into their home? Because I'm assuming a lot of stuff is gonna start happening to her and her daughter, and she's gonna try to get to the bottom of it, and if it concerns her mom. And that sounds really good. The next book that I want to read is by Katia de Rebecca, and it is released October 29th. It says, when Addie Velde receives an invitation to attend an early orientation program at the University of Arches, she eagerly accepts. After all, the Arches, with its idyllic B-side campus, is her mother's beloved alma mater, and there's nothing Addie wants more than to leave her own mark. But from the moment she arrives on campus and moves into the gloomy dorm nicknamed the Crypt, Addie realizes that there are more sinister secrets to uncover than sandy days in her future. Addie searches for answers, launches her straight into the heart of an old campus mystery, which to this day keeps students and faculty weary of the shadowy buried ones, believed to be the omens of death. A banished professor, a cult, and the chance her family was involved pushes her investigation into dangerous territory. So basically, Addie, you know, she's just trying to go to college. She's just trying to do her big one. She's trying to follow in her mama's footsteps. But I guess when she's there, a whole bunch of crazy stuff start happening. A professor disappears, and she's uncovering that maybe her family, since, you know, that's her mom's alma mater, maybe they have something to do with it, and she's getting herself in hot water. And I want to read about it. All right, the next book is William by Mason Cole, and it comes out, or it's already out. It came out September 12th, and it says psychological horror meets cyber noir in this delicious one-sitting read, a haunted house story in which the haunting is by AI, which is really interesting. The last book that had like an AI twist was The Getaway by Lamar Giles, and I enjoyed that book. It was really good. It says Henry is a brilliant engineer who, after untold hours spent in his home lab, has achieved the breakthrough of his career. He's created an artificial intelligence conscious he calls the half-formed Robert William. No one knows about William. Henry keeps him inside the home, and his fixation on the project keeps him in the attic away from everyone, including his pregnant wife, Lily. When Lily's co-worker shows up wanting to finally meet Henry and sees the new home, the smartest of smart homes, Henry decides to introduce him to to William, and things go from strange to worse. Soon, Henry and Lily discover security upgrades intended to keep danger out of the house are even better at locking it in. So that sounds good. Cover Eats, like you created this AI to protect your home, and now this AI is really trying to protect your home and it's getting dangerous. So that sounds really, really interesting. The next book comes out October 29th. It is YA. It is called The Debutantes by Olivia Worley. It says, for the New Orleans elite, the Les Marquis Ball is sure to be the social event of the season if they can avoid another dead queen. When debutante Margot Langy was found dead the morning after her reign at last year's ball, it was a tragedy, but not a shocking one. Margot was a wild child with self-destructive streak. Nothing like this year's Queen Lily LeBlanche. With the perfect poised debutante on the throne, everything is going according to plan until the ball is hijacked by a mysterious figure in a jester costume. That night, Lily sends a text to 3 of the maids on her royal court, her best friend, her boyfriend, and April, her former frenemy, asking them to meet her the next morning. But Lily never shows up. So I guess they're gonna try to band together maybe and figure out what happened to Lily. I really like the cover. I like that it's in New Orleans. Y'all know I'm from Louisiana, so that just speaks to me. And I love a good little YA from time to time. Y'all know I loved Good Girls Got to Murder. So yeah, sounds really, really good. And then the last 2 books. The first one is The Queen by Nick Cutter. If you know about Nick Cutter, he wrote The Troop that is super popular. I started reading it, but I haven't finished it. But this is The Queen by him, and it comes out October 29th. It says, on a sunny morning in June, Margaret Carpenter wakes up to find a new iPhone on her doorstep. She switches it on to find a text from her best friend, Charity Atwater. The problem is, Charity been missing for over a month. Most people in town, even the police, think she dead. Margaret and Charity have been lifelong friends. They share everything, most of the intimate details about one another, except for the destructive secret hidden from them both. A secret that will trigger a chain of events ending in tragedy, bloodshed, and death. And now Charity wants Margaret to know her secret, the real story. In a narrative that takes place over one feverish day, Margaret follows a series of increasingly disquieting breadcrumbs as she forges deeper into the mystery of her best friend. Now that sounds good. Horror. So get into it. Cover Eats. And the last book that I found at the last minute is Snake Oil, and it actually came out on 9/17. Like I said, I actually have not heard about any of these books except the book by Mr. Recula, like The Last Wedding or whatever. That's literally the only book out of all the ones I found that I heard about. And it says, and it's so the Cover Eats, September 17th, it says, one woman elixir is another woman's poison. Rhonda West is Silicon Valley's favorite female CEO, the charismatic founder of one of the fastest growing startups, a wellness company whose core mission is the betterment of women's lives. Rhonda's Instagram page offers intimate glimpses of her personal life, promotions for the cult status products developed in the Well Radical's secret lab. Danny is a quester, as Rhonda calls her most avid followers. Danny found Radical at a low point in her life and took an entry-level job just to get in the door. When she volunteers to test the new supplement, Danny wins the opportunity to rise in the company, even to work with Rhonda herself. Cecilia is a quasher. She grinds away at the customer worship queue, representing the entitled customers, the woohoo radical jargon, and Rhonda's smiling hypocrisy. Cecilia suffers from miserable chronic illness, knows that the remedies Rhonda sells can't cure real sickness. Just as Rhonda announces another fundraising round that could turn Radical into a $1 billion unicorn, an anonymous Twitter account began spilling snarky gossip from inside the startup. Is Rhonda really the nurturing leader? Tensions rise and loyalties clash. Then tragedy strikes during a company party. In the aftermath of what looks more and more like a crime, even the most faithful questers begin to wonder to what length Rhonda will go to protect her company. So basically, Rhonda then created this company where she's selling this snake oil, and Cecilia is like, girl, that snake oil don't work. So then Rhonda is willing to do any and everything to make sure that she gets the deal and makes a $1 billion company. That one's like, I feel like more just like, not even more of like a low stakes thriller. But they all sound really good. So y'all let me know what are some books that y'all are looking forward to. And also, if I mention any of the books that you've never heard about, let me know what sounds really, really good to y'all. Let me know what y'all are going to pick up. Let me know out of the list of books what y'all are interested in. And I love y'all. I will see y'all in my next video. And yeah, bye guys.